We're back.
And welcome back to A Dose of Candor with Jay and Lee.
Guys, today we're just gonna talk.
We're just gonna rant. I want to know
You wanted to have a rant
if
session.
people after this episode like it better when we just like talk about different topics like within the like same episode.
Just like everyday life topics, not like planned topics. Like, I think it's good to have like planned topics and stuff, but like,
Or like if
nice
it's
have,
better to like mix it up.
Right, I think it can be really good to have like natural conversation.
Like every couple episodes we do a planned one, and then the rest of it, and then like every couple episodes like ranting about different things.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I know one of the things I wanted to bring up because I have some friends in this community is that it is National Pride Month. Right?
Yeah. I never heard them say National Pride Month.
Oh, maybe it's not National Pride Month. Maybe
I've
it's just
only heard
Pride
people
Month.
say Pride Month.
Oh, okay. Happy Pride Month. So what have you were telling me that you've actually been asked if you're gay before.
My mom asked me if I was gay, but that's only because okay, guys, my mom wants me to get away from her than I do.
Yeah.
And so she was like,
"Hey, no." I wish I had that on camera. She just halted. She saw me and was like, "Oh, stop it. Chill out, guys."
As you can tell, the puppies are
Oh
out.
my gosh, like
Doggies are out.
they were acting perfectly normal
Until we
started
started
recording. They're like kids.
Chris is such a good boy.
But yeah, so your mom asked you if you were.
Yeah, and her reasoning was because I didn't have a boyfriend and I didn't really talk or date. Well, she didn't know of me talking to guys.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I was, but not the entire time. Like anytime she asked me. But no, and I even told her I'm not. And then someone at the middle school that I went to, one of my first times meeting this person, they said I looked pansexual or bi.
What is pansexual? I mean, I know what bi is.
I didn't really look into it. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But I just know they told me that I did. I was like, oh okay. I mean, I didn't know if I should take that as like offensive or anything. Because
I have no idea.
I even still don't know what it is.
I would not know what to say. I'd be like, I don't even know what that is.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just like somebody thought that I could speak Spanish.
Yeah, you've actually gotten that a couple of times.
But it's so weird because it happens to my mom too. We'll walk into like a place or like even at a store checking out. They'll start talking to us in Spanish. We're like, no, like we speak English.
Yeah, I've heard
like,
people ask you or like ask you to translate, and you're like, I don't speak Spanish.
Your dad was one of the people.
My dad did it, and I was like, Dad, she doesn't speak Spanish. Why are you asking her that?
I don't. It happens very often to me actually.
I don't understand why though, because honestly, I can tell when I first met you, I was like, oh, she's got to have Italian in her. Like, I thought Italian. So I don't understand why people would assume you would speak Spanish because I don't see it.
Yeah, no, I am Italian though. So it's like, yeah, I never understood that because I think the first time I really remember it, like someone asking me to was 6th grade year because one of the kids, he was a 7th grader. Mm-hmm. He goes, oh, how do you say this? I don't remember what it is. I was like, I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. And I wasn't like offensive, like, defensive about it or anything.
I don't think it's ever offensive. I mean, for some reason, people always think I'm French. Really? Like, yeah. Oh my gosh, I would be approached
surprising
so much in public. Yeah. And people would literally think I was French and they would ask me if I could speak French. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no.
Like, I'm not.
I don't know. But yeah, for some reason people think I'm French.
I know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know, because me and my mom talk about it quite a lot. We're like, we don't understand why when people like first meet us, they start talking to us in Spanish because they think that's like our first language that we speak.
Yeah.
It's like, I know a couple words in Spanish, and it's like the basics.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
But no, so it's interesting for sure. Well, getting kind of back to that, we were gonna see. So what do you find attractive in a man?
In a man.
Because we just got done talking about
I said what I said.
So because guys, she was talking about getting back with an ex or wanting to get back with an ex, which by the way, she has changed her mind thanks to input from all of her close family and friends. She has realized,
your cousin.
And my cousin. Yes, I know.
This is like the second episode we called her out on.
But I'm like,
in a good way.
I'm like, so it's like, okay, what do you find attractive? And because I won't say what
okay. Are we talking about like physical appearance?
Like, what are you just
like
in general? What are you looking for? Because I tend to.
You like nerdy guys.
And see, this is okay.
Which that's not a bad thing.
People make fun of the guys that I find attractive, and I don't understand why.
I can think of one guy in particular, but I can't say who it is. But you know who it is.
I am like kind of sick and tired of people being like, oh my god, why would you like that? Like, no, okay, guys.
But you know what person I'm talking about, right?
I know who you're talking about.
Your cousin knows who I'm talking about too.
First of all, personality is important. And I like personality and intellect. When I hear
what I found so offensive?
When I hear a guy talking about a subject he is very well educated on and talking about it passionately, oh my gosh.
That's very attractive in a guy.
I like fall in love.
Do you want to know what some of my friends said when I started dating what did we call him?
Evan?
Evan.
Okay.
They're like, wow, you can tell Jay doesn't go for looks.
Yeah, but people say that about the guys I date, and I'm like, what do you mean? They're so attractive. And they're like, no. And so, you know what, guys? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
He was attractive in my eyes.
Right.
So
that's all that matters.
And I was like, in a way offended by it, but I was like, honestly, I don't really care. Like, people can have their own opinions.
Yeah.
But that's also, see, like, when you talk about him and you're like, well, he did this to you and this to you, people didn't see behind closed doors, okay? That's my thing. Even though I told you a couple minutes ago, I was like, he thought I was sassy, but
yeah,
he was very, very sassy.
Yeah.
I always say this, every guy has a little bit of gayness in them.
You have said that.
Every guy. But it's always mostly with their friends, like their guy friends.
Like people they're most comfortable around.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they can joke about stuff too and it not be taken so seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've seen him and his friend on FaceTime together, and whoa, buddy.
So yeah, I mean, it can be physical looks, but again, you know what gets me?
What?
Hair. If a guy has nice hair, and I tend to like longer hair. Oh my goodness. And they have to be
Evan asked me what he would think if he got a buzz cut, and I told him if he got a buzz cut, I would never speak to him.
No, I could not see him with a buzz cut.
No, I even told him, I was like, I like your hair.
Yeah. It's funny because there's an episode of Scrubs where JD dates this woman that literally is only dating him because of his nice hair. And so when he shaves his head for a patient, because it's a cancer patient, and so he shaves his head because the patient has to shave their head, so he does it like, it's a camaraderie thing of like, oh, I'll shave my head with you. She breaks up with him because he shaved his head. Wow. Yeah. But guys, that's why we're saying like, superficial stuff like that doesn't like matter in the long run. It's got personality.
But he did. He had such good hair.
Character.
And I was like, don't cut your hair. Because he was going to get his hair cut that day, and he's like, what would you do? What would you do if I went and got a buzz cut and didn't tell you? I was like,
You're like, no.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Well, I've told you that I have, okay, so ever since I was in high school, I have always wanted a pixie cut.
Don't do it.
I've always wanted a pixie cut. But I have such, like, I don't know, I feel like my face is weird because I feel like when I'm looking straight on, like, it looks skinnier. But when I smile, you can tell how wide, like, my face really is. And I just don't think it would ever look good. I can't pull it off. I think it'd be great to have a pixie cut.
You have great cheekbones.
I get told that a lot. Yes,
You do.
That would be my Native American ancestry right there. But yeah. So I would love to be able to pull off a pixie cut, but I don't think I could. But I think it would be nice though to not have to deal with it every day.
Oh my God! One of my 8th grade teachers, I forgot what haircut she told.
She's over there. Anna's over here. Scavenging.
She told me a haircut where it was like short in the back and it goes longer.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
front.
yeah.
That's what one of my 8th grade teachers told me. I was like,
No. And what is it? Is it? It's not an asymmetrical bob, is it? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But I was like, no.
You're like,
Well, actually, when I cut my hair was like to here, so it's grown.
Yeah.
A little bit. Plus, I have layers. I was like, that's the shortest I'm going.
Yeah, I can't like.
Even when I cut my hair, I was like,
even
I even
when-
told you guys, I was like, it is so short.
I know. Even when I leave length on my hair when I get it cut, it feels so short. Like I don't know what to do without my hair. So
I remember when you cut your hair 2 weeks after I did 8th grade year.
yeah.
And then people were like, really thought we looked alike.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The amount of people that believed you were my daughter was crazy.
It's funny because we kind of gaslighted them.
Well, you did.
Okay,
She did.
She was in on it too.
I know my students would literally come up to me like and be like, sidebar, like, is she really your daughter? But you know what? I had so many kids ask me that, like, even though I was telling the truth and being like, no, she's not, like, that I eventually got to a point where I was like, yeah, because I was so sick and tired of being asked.
Yeah, people like really thought. I mean, I feel like there's certain features
Well, one
of us that
day
look alike.
you said one day you got called my name in the hallway by another teacher. Another teacher thought she was me.
It was the same teacher that told me I should get that haircut. And I was like, I didn't know she was calling me because obviously it's like, if I heard your name, why would I respond to it?
Right, exactly, yeah.
And then she told me the next day, she goes, oh my God, I seen you in the hallway and I thought you were her.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
What I would always get a kick out of is like when admin or someone would come into my room to look for me and like I guess I blended in with the students and they'd be like, where's your teacher? And I'd be like, I'm literally right in front of you. Like,
right.
And they're like, she's right here.
I did find it so funny though because since I was your TA, I would like answer your phone. So many teachers, like even administration thought I was you. They would start talking to me, and I'm like, this isn't her.
I know one time when I answered my phone, they were like, oh hey, remember what I asked you last period? And I'm like, I didn't talk to you last period. You would have talked to my TA. Like.
Because they would have me like tell you things, so I would be like, she's teaching right now. So they were like, okay, can you tell her? And I would tell you. And it's like, yeah, because it's so funny because my math teacher, I would answer her phone, and they thought I sounded just like her too. Yeah, I just realized I wasn't really talking into my mic. Sorry, guys.
It's easy to do sometimes.
Yeah, no, but apparently I sounded like a good couple of my teachers.
Yeah, I do know. My sister and my mom and I, people tell us that we sound exactly alike on the phone. Like they say that in person that we sound different, but like that on the phone we all sound the same, and people can never figure out who they're talking to if we're all together.
Because I've talked to you on the phone and I've talked to your mom on the phone after we left somewhere. No.
You're like, no, I don't know.
And I've heard your sister on the phone because your mom was on the phone. No. I mean, I guess I can kind of see your mom and your sister, but they have more of a northern accent. You've been living down here for so long.
Yeah, I've been down here for a while now, against my will. I've been a prisoner of Florida.
If we could straight up talk about it and you not get in trouble for it.
Oh, I can talk about it. I mean, there's freedom of speech.
Yeah, but then he would use that against you.
We can use code names.
We have a code name for him.
We do have a code name. But no, I mean, you know.
Did you see what he said?
No.
Look, say it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
That just reminded me. Since we were talking about that and what we found attractive, so Jay and I have been like, we used to work out more regularly. So, but we both had kind of some health issues.
I still have that going on.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from my surgery.
I know.
I'm getting better,
it sucks for me because it's like I would love to get back into shape how I was before.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday or the day before when I was on the phone with you? I was like, I miss how I looked during 8th grade because I was so much smaller than I am now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not anything you can really help or do anything about until after your surgery. And that's what I had to kind of come to grips with, is like, I can't really do anything until my body gets like, I have my surgery, and then
no matter how much you work out, that weight is still going to get gained back on.
Yeah, because of the health conditions. But no, I've been able to go, obviously, like, since I'm already had my surgery, so I've been going on walks and everything more and more. It's frustrating because I used to run. Like, I was a runner. I used to like play soccer, and I was a runner, and I was like always very, very physically active. I would constantly go on hikes and like rock wall climb and stuff. And so it's been hard for me because it's like, but no, so I did ask my doctor today, though. I was like, you know, how should I limit myself? And I was like, because I want to do more, but I can't, like, I physically can't sometimes. And but you know, it'll be interesting. I've got that one appointment Friday. We'll see how that goes, and then how that follow-up goes. But so we were gonna try to maybe do some workout vids,
because this episode comes out on Friday, but obviously we're filming this before Friday. By the time we film our next episode that comes out, are we filming another one after this?
We can.
I don't know if we are. But Monday, by the time we film one of our next episodes, I'll have my permit by then. Well,
true.
technically I have my permit. I just need to go and get my permit.
That's kind of a scary thought, honestly.
I'm trying to talk my mom into letting me drive home.
Yeah.
I think she would.
I mean, I think she should, because I mean, the only way you're going to be a good driver is if you get practice. And that's the whole point of a permit, is to have practice.
I'm more scared because I have a tendency of the brakes just kind of getting there so it slams on them, which I've tried, but it doesn't help when she's like, brake, and I like immediately go for it. I'm like,
yeah,
you can't do that. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I know Jay's been asking me if she can drive my car, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that.
And she said once I get a year of driving, and I hope she knows by then, I would have my own car.
She would.
And that's exactly why she's saying that. You wouldn't trust me?
I am going to plead the fifth.
And by you pleading the fifth, I know my answer.
No, the jury's still out.
Set up.
The jury's still out.
I think if you would have to be in the car with me to fully see if you could trust me or not.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen you drive.
I have videos of me driving. That's just because my friend recorded me driving.
I've heard horror stories, though.
No, that was one time.
I've heard horror stories.
Okay, I know I'll explain myself. So my aunt and my mom have completely different cars. And so my aunt's car is like a bigger car. And for hers, like, pedals are very touchy. So, like, you can barely touch it. And, like, even the gas pedal. Sensitive. And you'll go zooming.
Mm-hmm. Like
learn
Jay.
that.
Hi. She heard me.
Yeah, you kind of suck at whispering.
Okay.
Well. But no. So, I asked my aunt because we were, like, pulling into her neighborhood. And obviously, like, when it's in the neighborhood and we're, like, basically on the street, like, my mom and her, like, even let me drive because my mom's let me drive a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And so I looked at her and I was like, oh, can I drive? And she's like, sure. And so, like, we pulled off to the side and, like, I got in the driver's seat. And it's so funny because my like, she's my younger cousin, but she's the oldest of her kids.
Yeah.
So she was like, this is the one time I'm putting my seatbelt on. Which, it's weird that she said that because she, I've driven them before in the car too. So
Yeah.
it's like she knew.
But
But in my defense, it had been a hot minute since I've driven a car.
Yeah.
Because before it was like consistent with me like practicing driving on like the road and everything. Which I have another story after this of a very old lady around this neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've told you this, I believe.
I think you have, but you might have to jog my memory.
Yeah. So I buckle my seatbelt, obviously. The car's in park and everything, and I just like get ready and I like adjust the seat. Because I can't say I'm 5'2" anymore. I'm 5'1". I shrunk.
She's a shorty.
I am. I'm afraid that I'm going to be 4'11" by the time I'm 50. Yeah. So
There's exercises. So I have really bad posture, guys. I know it. I'm bad at it. There's exercises. Remember, we came across some exercises when we were scrolling about how to like different exercises you can do to like fix your bad posture and everything. That'll help you not get so short, I guess.
Yeah, but it doesn't help that my dad's side of the family is short.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, like I was saying. So I have to adjust the seat really close to the steering wheel and like to where I can reach the pedal. Shut up.
Alexa told us it's time for bed.
No one cares.
That means it's 8.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
My goodness. Is it your Alani doing that to you?
I can feel it coming up, so I'm like trying to like let it out.
I know. I'm like, I have a really carbonated beverage, and I'm like,
that really makes me burp.
Yeah, I'm afraid that.
But no. Anyways, so where was I saying? Oh, so I had to adjust the seat so I could like reach the pedals and everything, and so all of a sudden I like pushed on and I like hit the brake because I was going really fast. Plus I had to like turn and everything, and so I turned everything in normal.
I remember this story, yeah.
So I'm driving, and she goes, "You're supposed to turn on that street." And I kind of forgot I had to press the brake a little bit. I wasn't going fast. I was, like, going, like, a normal, like, amount of speed and everything. All of a sudden, the car speeds up as I'm turning because I forgot I'm supposed to, like, which I didn't know the car speeds up if you don't press on the brake a little bit when you turn. That wasn't on my permit test, so... You guys should add that on to when you have to take a permit test. Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so I like turn and like I like press the brake to where it like stops, and like the kids like jolt forward and jolt back. They're like, I was like, and I looked at Katie. I go, "I am so sorry." And so I like started driving, and we pulled to the house, and she goes, "Please don't hit my garage. Please don't hit my garage."
Oh my gosh.
Which I stopped very far from the garage.
Yeah, you're like, I want to make sure I don't hit your garage.
Well, because Anna at the time, I think she had her trailer like on it where her like kayaks were and everything.
Okay.
I don't really remember because they're not there anymore. I don't remember around if they had it around that time. But no, I normally when it's like turning into a driveway, I'm better at like pulling into a driveway.
What's the old lady story?
Okay.
Because I'm like, I can't remember.
Yeah. Okay, so that was that story. We made it out alive and everything, and it was fine.
They're alive.
They're well and alive. Yeah, I feel like they're going to be scared when I drive on my own.
They probably will be.
I can hear you.
Can you?
She's so slow. And so, it's not funny.
I'm not laughing.
Anyways, so this old lady story. So this is, at this time I've driven my mom's car several times, so I knew like how to drive it and everything. So I like, instead of like going straight and then like turning right into our driveway, my mom told me to take like the back way so I can like drive a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And so like I turned because obviously you know my street where you like there's a street behind it, so you have to pull in and then you got to turn down that street.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And so I'm like driving, and all of a sudden, this old lady whips around the corner and is driving in the middle of the road, zooming, and then sees that I'm coming down.
Yeah, I was saying, don't you hate that? Someone was coming down the middle of the road yesterday, and I went to turn, and it's like, dude, you're taking up the whole road. Like, what? It's like people around here drive like they own the road. Anyway. So when you said that, I'm like, yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And so, like, all of a sudden, she like, whipped down the road. And all of a sudden, like, she sees that I'm coming, too. So she, like, goes out the side and she, like, slams on the brake. She's looking at me, and I don't even know what she's saying. I'm thinking this lady's cursing at me.
Maybe.
Something. I don't know. I don't know what she's saying because both of our windows were up. And then all of a sudden, she flicks me off.
That sounds pretty normal for Florida. Yes. The people who are the ones doing the wrong thing on the road are the ones getting mad and flipping. The people who are actually abiding by the traffic laws. It's crazy.
I was only 15. Actually, no. I was definitely 15. I believe I was 15.
There have been so many times where I'm like, I really need to get like a dash camera and then just post those videos online to be welcome to Florida.
I love watching those videos because people post them and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy down here.
Yeah, because a lot of the time you can see that it's the person's fault who's like you can clearly tell the person who's driving, like with the dash cam, it's not their fault and it's somebody else.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And I'm glad that they're finally putting a light out here at the front entrance to the neighborhood because, I mean, seriously, why do they not do it before? And it's funny to me because, like, they've been, now that they're actually paying attention to this part of the neighborhood, they've been pulling people over left and right for speeding and everything.
So we're driving... where that thing is, we're driving and all of a sudden like this big truck is sitting there driving past it. He goes in the middle and goes over to the other side,
like through the cones and everything, like through
like through the grass part.
Yeah, oh my gosh,
I didn't see him get pulled over.
If only a cop would have been there when they were needed.
I didn't see a cop or anything, but I was like, I was watching with my mom, like,
yeah
I was like, he just like, isn't that like against the law to do that?
Yeah, they cannot do that.
I was gonna say, I was like, from what I learned taking my permit test, you can't do that.
Yeah, no. Well, and I've noticed that there's like a lot of unmarked police cars that are pulling people over. So it's like I feel like they're finally catching on. But it's like, it's just annoying. All right. Well, did we want to go ahead and end this episode here? I think we're pretty set. I mean, I know we were going to kind of bring up our favorite animal because you saw that dolphin giving birth to a baby dolphin earlier. I know you were grossed out by it. I was like, oh.
I was like, oh my God. I did not want to witness that. Yeah, that.
It was so, oh my gosh. It was, I don't know. I think, but I'm a mom, so I'm like.
And you've given birth.
When I think of birth and everything that goes into it and like the babies and like breastfeeding and everything, like I'm just like.
Okay, no one needed to know all of that.
Like, I'm just like, the nurturing side of me comes out and it's like, oh my goodness, like the baby. Like, okay. Okay. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, I like ponies, I like horses, I like dolphins, I like giraffes.
No,
I
one.
like tigers.
You have to pick one. Because, I mean, I like lions and wolves, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick the wolf. Like, wolves are pretty...
Oh my God. Guys, amazing. My video ended.
Your video? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and end this here. Tell us your favorite animal real quick. You had to pick one.
A unicorn.
A unicorn. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we will go ahead and
wait.
Oh,
what? But I also like mermaids.
They're not an animal. They're like part human, part animal, so they don't really count as an animal, right? I don't know. I feel like that's a debate. I feel like we can debate that next time. But all right, let's go ahead and what am I doing?
Ask why there's 3 empty packs of Skittles that aren't empty or aren't empty.
Okay, guys, we're gonna.
She's not talking about me. I'm not being.
I had a sugar craving, and I didn't realize that the Skittle bags I was opening were not regular Skittles, and they were gummy Skittles.
She did for the first one.
I did for the first one because I hadn't tried them before, but then I was like, I don't really care for them. I just want the regular Skittles, and the second bag ended up being gummies again, and I didn't want those.
Paying attention.
And that's how that happened. Okay. All right, guys, we will go ahead. Check out our website at adscpodcast.com as well as our
Instagram and TikTok, ADOC podcast.
All right. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
Nights.
Bye.